Let's talk about Teen Walz this time. Teen Walz, this is a post from his own account. I was looking at him, and I really did not pay attention to what he was saying. But I noticed his body language, and you know that he used to have this energy, he used to have this flamboyant attitude that was so interesting. Let's say that it was interesting. But right now, I was watching him and I saw him wary. I want you to watch this clip with me, so we can assess his body language together. He posted this. It's a tied game, 2 minutes on the clock. We've got the ball and we're driving downfield. By the way, he was exposed as, the cheapest football coach in the world because he just tweeted something or said something during the match with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez that exposed that he doesn't have a clue about actual strategy in football. And for a football coach to make that mistake, is like saying something that was completely out of context. It has nothing to do with what he meant. You know, about how many things has this guy lied about? This guy has lied about so many things that we have lost count. But let's look at his body language right now.
8 days to go. This election's already started. People are voting across the country. And so you know what it means. This is where I've got to do it. Huddling up a little bit here. Time for a little bit of a pep talk. Look, we got to admit it. This game is tied.
Okay, again, the same strategy that we saw with Kamala next to Michelle Obama, that the game is tied. This is going to be very close. You have to go out and vote. This is a strategy, maybe more of a tactic that you push people to vote, telling them that Hitler could win. That you have to go out there and make sure that Hitler doesn't win.
2 minutes left on the clock. We got the ball. We're driving down the field. We're doing the blocking and everything we need to do. And I know you got a saying around here that came from Bo. The team, the team, the team. And boy, do we have the right team.
Yeah, well, at least you do you, Paul.
So all gas, no brakes for the next 8 days. Plenty of time to sleep when you're dead. Our time now. We're moving this thing over the next 8 days, an inch at a time, a yard at a time.
Yeah, you know that he tries to make up for all that, all those blunders, all those lies, having this pep talk with footballish terms to look like he is, the coach.
One door at a time, one phone call at a time. One of those door knocks and one of those interactions. Because 1 or 2 extra votes per precinct in the state of Michigan will make Kamala Harris the president of the United States.
I see his body language, and again, I used to see him much more energetic in many ways. And his voice has also taken a hit. It is, it is understandable if you're stressed, if you are not only under stress, but you are having these speeches, even with mics. You have to be really careful with your voice. I would note about that, and my voice is a bit, it took a hit in the last 24 hours. I had to be careful. But when you are at a rally, you're actually forcing your voice. It's incredible how Donald Trump and J.D. Vance have given so many interviews, have so many rallies, and their voices are pretty much on point still. But Walz, I expected him, because I can understand that Kamala, being a woman, doesn't have as much testosterone and that energy that's important to be able to handle not only stress, but being on the road and giving all those rallies. Men have more resistance. That is natural. But I did not expect Walz to having that, like, this lack of energy.
Michigan, let's put that in terms you know.
For example, that last sentence, try to keep your ears open to how he says that last sentence. And even if he had a chance to recover for a few seconds, his voice.
Michigan, let's put that in terms you know. We'll tell them this. Let's go.
Okay, that was a bit of a hoarse. I don't know how to say that. His voice is raspy. I'm gonna play it again. It's not the sound quality. It's his voice. This is directly from his account. So it should be high quality, but his voice sounds raspy.
Michigan, let's put that in terms you know. We'll tell them this. Let's go.
Yeah, it is a certain loss of strength. Oh yeah, there's also the rumors that he had an Asian lover while married. Well, the things that happen, yeah, that's what I'm telling you. This 7 days until the elections is gonna be overkill. Every day that passes is gonna amplify everything. But so many things that have been uncovered about him, and he has been confronted of how many things. Do you really mixed up your honeymoon and the Tiananmen Square event and all that? You misspoke about your record in the military. You misspoke about your records as a football coach. How many other things have you misspoke about? Okay, that is a nice question. That is a great question. What are the colors of the sign orange and black? That is a great question. I don't know.
Let's go. Let's go. Please welcome the next president of the United States, Kamala Harris.
No, we won't. Yeah, but again, he needs a nice vitamin B shot. It's always helpful. Maybe some fish oil. That is good. That's a good one, Leah. His horse from pretend playing video games for the AOC. Yeah, I agree with that. This case, I have nothing more to add. That energy, you can imagine. This is only the campaign. This is only the campaign, and you know that the VP has it more or less easier than the actual candidate, because the VP is picked down the line, and you know that. How to put this in a way that is not cruel? He's got it fairly easier than Kamala. He was chosen by Kamala, and Kamala was chosen by the puppet masters. It should be even fun for him. It happened to be fun for him at first, and that's why you saw all that crazy body language, and that is his way of expressing being feeling fun about something. But it's like, as the numbers begin rolling in, they know what's going on. We know that, for example, Jeff Bezos has numbers. We got numbers when we see the feedback on those podcasts and all those interviews. It has to be stressing, having to speak in front of an audience and having to push them, and try to cheer them up and try to warm them up when your voice is failing you because of the stress, because if you're seeing the numbers and the numbers are not, the math ain't mathing. That is hard. And that is what has happened with T.N. Walz in this case. I wouldn't say that is infectious, but it is, and that could as well affect Kamala's performance. And since we know that Kamala is not going, or at least so far it's not going on the Joe Rogan interview or podcast, and now JD Vance is going on the Joe Rogan podcast, one question arises. Why can't Teen Walz go on the Joe Rogan podcast? It would be fair. It would be fair. But that is not going to happen. We know it's not going to happen. We know that they are trying to avoid, by this point, avoid being in the spotlight that much. I don't know. That's the thing. The last 3 or 4 shows, we have seen how Kamala has been heckled and how that Beyonce thing went. This is not it. This is not it. But I would like to know what you think about this in the comments. Anyway,